this week's episode of Boruto was pretty interesting to say the least. Well, this is basically the 1,000th episode of the Naruto franchise, which is a great occasion. Now, I will say this episode certainly didn't live up to that title. I still think it was a good episode overall. Well, we see Boruto actually just giving his tag to Shama, which I mean, Shama obviously envy of Boruto braveness, how he is such an alpha male compared to him. While Shamo, he's not really that motivated into it. So he really doesn't believe he could do the things that Borg can do just personality wise. I'm not even talking about abilities. Obviously, he's never gonna match up to Borg's capability, but just the ability to be able to stand out and support your allies through thick and thin. It Shamo doesn't have that ability. Luckily, he gains that ability later on in the episode. But regardless, Boruto actually does meet up with Kizaru. Obviously, he obviously trying to play off that like, no, I didn't do a shit about this, and then for some reason he kind of just makes it obvious, but that he is the culprit by just straight up running away. It really did make much sense that he did try to defend his case and try to plead with Boruto in order to keep the roof going on a bit. Because it really didn't make much sense to me, especially after the fact that we see Sarada, Mitsuki, and Kawaki. They see these random group of strangers. They're about to get ready to fight, but Sarada actually realizes they're Omnu, who are discovering the reasons for these mass disappearances, and apparently it is by a person of Outer. We all know that, but in this situation, Kizaru is not working for Oga. He is a member of the investigation team. He's going undercover as an undercover agent to actually save his friend. And since the Omnu said that like he has abilities to have medical ninjutsu, I do think that's probably gonna play a factor in next episode, because I mean, why else would you say that random sentence in there? I do believe that everyone is going to get their happy ending. And what's interesting to me is that when we see Shamo, Rokuro, and the others, they they all know Boruto out there with Kizaru, and they know that Kizaru could know the way out. But the thing that blew my mind is the fact that now Shamo now Amazon, now him sacrificing himself for the others to escape. I think that was a great, seeing how he has his own arc and how he met his own end. But the others, it doesn't really make too much sense to me, because Namasan, he was already about to die, but with the others, they actually already have a lifespan, and so for you to risk your whole life on the mere possibility that Kizaru could be a spy, it's just really such a big ass gamble. Cause what if he actually managed to play it off? What if Kizaru actually managed to play it off that he wasn't a spy and there's an extra person here or something along those lines? And when he managed to lie his way out, and now they just grew, they gotta go back and they gotta continue to experiment. And I do wonder, they just all went outside without zero hesitation of fear. And it is interesting to see how all these people, they really do believe in Boruto, and they actually want to believe in Boruto's cause, his reasoning and his motive. They actually want to go out of their way, even if it means dying, which that was crazy to me. And with Kizaru, I really love his abilities, because despite the fact that he was surrounded by all of them, he actually did fireball jutsu on himself, but made a hole into the surface down to the cave. And it just reminded me of something Kawaki would do whenever he put fire on himself, and he's seemingly fine. And with Kizaru, his fire style abilities are so fucking awesome, because he literally reminds me of Naruto. Like, he's literally able to put his fist on fire, and fight alongside with it. Like, he has so many unique abilities that it's actually cool to see that. And because with fire style jutsu, it's usually just just blowing, exhaling fire out of your mouth, and we don't really get to see it actually utilized with your actual fist, and it's just so cool being utilized like that. And for Shamo, I mean, Shamo was so damn cool this episode. The fact that like, yeah, for some reason Yasume, she was ain't it, because the fact that she had not been doing her A game, she hadn't been doing her best in these past couple episodes, because I believe the episode prior she was doing awesome with that lightning style to hold the platform from crashing down on board to others. Here she kind of been just standing around, not really doing much. And up to Shamo, who actually protecting them by using his Earth style. And it's still crazy to me that Shamo actually been doing more than Yasume in this episode. Now, granted, I love Shamo, so it actually worked for me. I actually do like to see the progression of an underdog actually rise up and actually be able to get the confidence to think that he's more than he actually is. And I do think that is cool seeing Shama actually work up his way to actually defend Boruto and the others, and of course Yasume. And for the fact that like Kizaru, like again, because with the Omnu, they said how when you're an undercover agent, and you're not allowed to be too friendly to others, you're not allowed to be interact with your allies too much. Yeah, and you get the feeling of suspicion surrounded you, and it was just saying how that's gonna make you go a little bit insane. And obviously after we actually see that with Kizaru, he just straight up decides to try to kill every single person, which that blew my mind. The fact that he snapped to the point where he tried to kill every single person. But even someone like Yasume, who was like he wasn't even scared of someone like Rokuro. He was not scared of someone like Rokuro. And when Kizaru started actually went up to Yasume, actually tried to fight her, and Yasume couldn't do shit. Like, she literally went back into the water. She retreated to the water, used her her lightning style, but it didn't do anything to Rokuro. I mean, it didn't do anything to Kizaru, and he was so damn close to actually defeat. She was so damn close to actually destroying her because I mean. Apparently, Yasume has no other trick in her bag, which is, again, that's just so damn disappointing. Because I don't know, all the characters in this arc kind of seem disappointing. Like Rokuro, when Kizaru tried to fight Rokuro did so damn bad. He didn't get a single blow in. Like, he tried to do his cute little eel shit, but he literally Kizaru actually legit just shot fire bombs, and they just all disintegrated. And I could have sworn Rokuro had a cool ass badass arm, but now his arms are just normal, and he just doesn't really. He doesn't have a gimmick, but it doesn't really seem like, because like all his gimmick was in this episode, it's the little eel shit, and that's not gonna work every single time. So it's just kind of disappointing to me that that's all you were able to do. That they were just kind of pathetic and boring. Like the fight against Boruto made you look like more of a badass, and I don't believe for a second that Kizaru is actually stronger than Boruto. I don't buy that whatsoever. So it's just really weird to me how Rokuro actually seems like he did worse during this fight. But regardless, when we see that Kizaru actually retreats, and he actually dropped a little scroll on how he's not working for Oga. He's Omnu, obviously. Shamo and Yasume, they both realize that. But Yasume injured during the scuffle I just talked about, and so it's up to Shamo. Shamo, he was pretty cool seeing him how he was so envious of Boruto that like he had his moment. He had his coolness, sacrificing his one chance at being able to complete the experiment. But now it's Shamo's time to step up. He legit runs as fast as he can to try to reach Boruto and Kizaru before one of them hurts each other too badly. And for Shamo, I mean, seeing that picture of his grandma, it really gives him that extra motivation to save his friend. And for Kizaru, he was literally about to hit Boruto with that fire style, and And with that scene, it kind of reminded me similar of the Sakura scene where Naruto and Sasuke they're about to do their Rasengan together. As Sakura, he was seemingly planning to like get in the middle of the way, but luckily up to it was for Kakashi who saved the day. But in this case, there was no one here to save the day. Shamba was he actually did took the full brunt of Kizaru attack, and he looked like he was about to die. Like he looked like he was on death's door just from that one attack. Like he really is frail, but that determination and that willpower just to be able to save your friend that you just met, and the fact that you were willing to do the right thing over, or you were able to do the right thing over think about your own life and think about your own grandma, it just really makes me have a lot more respect for Shamo because again, he's just so fucking awesome. And for when Shama actually reveals that the truth that Kizaru is he's not the one that we're targeting for. Kizaru makes us a point that we cannot trust everything, and apparently this whole maze is a genjutsu, and for Kizaru to actually realize that, he actually makes the decision to legit stab Boruto and dispel the genjutsu for him. And what's crazy to me is that genjutsu has been such a staple feature of the Naruto franchise, but it's been very lacking in the Boruto verse. We rarely see genjutsu, but for us to see genjutsu to this scale, and for the fact that no one suspected it was a genjutsu, like that's so crazy to me. I genuinely wonder if Sarada would have noticed it was a genjutsu much early on. Like it's just that's just so fucking awesome to me that how everyone noticed how everyone didn't notice it wasn't a genjutsu. It wasn't a genjutsu. They genuinely thought it was real life. But I guess that plays into a factor why it's a master's appearance, because this is not a real facility. It's because when Boruto wakes up, they're all in this medical this medical station, or where everyone is checked on their vitals, actually simulated to genjutsu seemingly, and it's just so interesting to me because what I said previously before is that everyone is going to be alive by the end of the arc. And that's what seems to be the case, because we see Bata still chilling in the background, we see all the others still chilling in the background, so it does seem to me that everyone's still going to be alive after by the end of all of this. But it's not that bad because everyone had their own individual realization. They all had their own character arc where I'm pretty sure Rokuro gonna be fine with going to jail. Yasume is gonna get her hair changed. Shamo's gonna go back to his mother. Namasan actually gonna realize that he has more to life than just repent for your sins. He actually going to be able to have a decent sleep. Kizaru, he might actually be able to live peacefully with his best friend after he saves him. Everyone had their own individual great arc. And I'm pretty sure Fugo is actually going to get the baby back, get his family back, save his company. Maybe, who knows, maybe even give some money to Bato-san, who can actually buy the island back, and then boom, everyone had their own individual happy arc. And I think that would be a great way to end things. And with the next arc coming, I mean, I wouldn't be. I'm just glad that we're finally approaching the next arc, because January and February is going to be exciting. But I'll talk more about that in the next episode. But regardless, I want to know your thoughts in this episode as a whole. I want to know what you think of the possibility of no one actually dying, and the fact that there was just a mere illusion this whole fucking time. The fact that apparently no one even noticed that it was an illusion, which is baffling to me that no one noticed. But what do you think about all of this as a whole, and do you think this art was worth it in the end? But regardless, let me know your thoughts in the comments below.